Lots of people feel guilty, though, because they're not sharing all of their Thanksgiving food with their pets. You know how much they can
Oh my gosh, they're
pay.
at the table, people.
Okay, what are your thoughts when you see this? Is that allowed? Can you share the turkey?
You know what? You have to be really careful with turkey and all the trimmings for Thanksgiving because, unfortunately, dogs that indulge a lot during Thanksgiving and Christmas get something or can get something called pancreatitis, which is very bad for your indigestion.
It can be fatal. My dog had that, yes.
Yeah, so we say you maybe just reserve a tiny little bit of turkey for your dog in your dog's bowl, not from the table. Be very aware, no avocados, no grapes, no onions, no raisins,
dessert, of course.
no dessert. Keep away from the sweet stuff, no chocolate. No chocolate at all.
Well,
chocolate is poisonous. It can be fatal.
Absolutely. You know, I think a lot of people online, too, were asking, how do I get my dog to behave at Thanksgiving?
If you have
with all
everyone
these
over,
people,
right.
You do.
And the dog may be stressed.
You
at
know
that
what?
time.
If you're not that social person, you don't have lots of people over your house all the time. And also, you're going to be concentrating on cooking dinner and making sure your guests are having a good time. If your dog is not that social, make sure your dog has a safe zone that they can take themselves off to. Like a room in your house, behind a baby gate, a crate or something, so your dog feels safe as well as keeping your guests safe as well.
Hi, my question for Victoria is, I have a 2-year-old male lop-eared bunny. His name is Puddles, and he's a little bit aggressive and he likes to nip and bite. I'm not sure if he thinks my finger is a snack or something like that, but I'm trying to find some tips to make him a little bit more comfortable with me and with my house guests for Thanksgiving. Thanks, and happy Thanksgiving.
Okay,
Right,
a biting bunny.
A biting bunny?
Yes. You know, a lot of people don't. Rabbits need interactive toys as well. And when we have rabbits that are quite orally fixated like that and do like to bite you as well as other things, we give them lots of different interactive toys. And they could be just dog toys even, where you could hide little bits of food in so that the bunny has to find out how to get the food in these toys. And it keeps them occupied. It also calms them down. So when all animals are thinking, they have less time to be emotional, they have less time to be aggressive.
Very good.
To another Facebook question, I know you guys have a lot of them.
We can let people in, but our dog will bark a long time and settle down. But visitors can't get up and move.
They're staying forever.
That's, you know, that's actually very normal. A lot of dogs do that, and I think it's dogs that are very sensitive to environment. Who are these people in my home? Why are they moving around? And so they become quite controlling, not in a dominant way, but what are you doing?
They're territorial?
Yeah, well, it's almost like a fear. It's almost like just an unconfidence. So I think if your dog is controlling your visitors, best thing for your dog is to maybe go away. Maybe just behind a baby gate, because I really am a great believer of giving dogs space, giving animals space during the holidays for when these extra people do come into your house. And it's such an easy fix. It means your dog can be there, but is not, you know, doesn't have to, hi sweetheart, doesn't have to be there with your guests and have your guests in their face all the time and then have to control them.
Exactly. I have a cat question here. This is from Kara, and she says, I have 3 cats that will bite my 10-year-old cat. Why? And how do I stop it? The 3 cats are about 1.5 years old. I always have to separate them while I'm at work. So the age difference makes it
It does make a big difference. And you've got the older cat, that's his territory. And then you've got these younger ones now that are coming into the territory. And probably, you know, our animals don't really choose our friends. We choose their
That's
friends
a good
for
point.
them.
That's
so
a very good point.
I actually think what she's doing with separating them is really good. But you really need to interact with all of the cats and show that little cats, it's not good when you're doing this. So, you know, give them corrections, say and then remove them and allow your older cat to have high places that he can go to and get away from them.
That makes sense. Okay, Wendy wrote to us saying, I have a Maltese and he's so bad when people come over. I have a new grandbaby and he'll try to attack her and bite her. For some reason, he does this to all small children. But, I mean, that's not completely unusual, right?
No,
because small children are so unpredictable.
They are unpredictable, and I think safety has to come first because you don't get a second chance with a child.
Is there jealousy there on the dog side?
Well, it could be, but also, you know, small children, they can tease. They're no fault of their own, and they have high voices, and they have quick movements, and that can scare some dogs. So, again, I'm all for making things as easy as possible. You can train your dogs to like certain children, but for this event, for this holiday...
For Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and then, you know, talk to the kids too. Because it's not just the dog's fault, bless their hearts. Talk to your children or your friends' children or your guests' children about how to be around the animals so they don't put pressure on them, constantly touch them.